Okay, I guess Iron Wheel, Sprint, take the aggro, hit some damage because it's gonna die faster, take the aggro, take every fucking aggro until you reach at the end of the tunnel and you enter a stupid room. Take this aggro also, take that aggro also. Don't stop here. Take the aggro, take the aggro. And there's that one sneaky bastard patrolling around, take that one too. Hit in the corner, damage some stuff. Wait for the range to come in range. Well, that one is kinda bugged or whatever, but yeah. DPS everything, cause you have the damage reduction from the crystal. So you don't really have to worry about tanking, but it's good to pop some damage mitigation spells. Like Sentinel and all that other stuff. Anyway, go to the other circle. Follow the boss into the room, because yeah, the door is open. Use the taunt ability because hitting it is not taking the aggro as it's invulnerable while outside the crystal. And just DPS the eye, don't bother with the ads that it spawns, because that just like takes away the DPS you could do to the eye and prolongs the dungeon if you fail to kill it within the first crystal, which means you'll have to drag it to another crystal if you don't do enough DPS. Okay, so when you get here, wait for everyone to get in spot. Tell them in chat that you're gonna just rush the boss, take the aggro with range, kick into frog, shield bash into range, or the other way around. So you stun them so you don't take damage from the range and get like licked by and pulled by the frog later on. Then you do like taunt with ability and damage with the global cooldown ability, these other two, so you can have the stun for the other frog ready so it doesn't catch up to you and pulls you with the tongue. Just AoE. Around here you should activate the bulwark ability or any the 90-second damage mitigation ability because it saves you up some HP. Pop all your damage reductions here because you're gonna get a bunch of damage coming your way. Pop a potion because it's pretty damn good. And yeah, then you get past and you keep on running because they can't kill you if you keep moving. Wait for your team to trigger the boss, use a sprint because the AI has better pathing than you do, like they take corner in a straight line and stuff like that. They ignore collision a lot. So yeah, move directly to the boss room and kill the boss. So the entire reason why this even works is because you made the frogs be stunned, which means they are the last and they're gonna pull you with their tongues, and you can make even some like fancy shit like this and like make use of their jumping ability, not only the tongue ability or whatever it's called, to get more distance between the DPS and yourself and be even healthier by the time you get to the boss room. If your healer is retarded because of how well you skipped this entire like dungeon so far, just run away and kite the boss, like pop a potion, I guess. You know, the main idea is that you will get hit a few times, but if you keep like bashing it with your shield from a range, pop some mitigations, you should be able to do it like without a problem. After a while, the bot's gonna try to like do some AoEs and cone damage on the floor, and that's gonna let you do even more distance between you and him, which is kinda nice. So yeah, like if healer is retarded, just do it without healer. Next area is like another two crystals that you have to sit upon, or circles, or whatever you want to call them. They don't really have a name. Just take dagger off everything and clamp them up, which is a bit trickier because you have ranged units that won't move unless you are outside of their max range, but yeah, just keep an eye on them. Once they're clamped a little bit to like get targeted by AoEs, go in and go for the kill. And you can try to like move around like I'm doing here, because you put distance between you and the melee, which mitigates a little bit the DPS, and it gives some time to the healer to cast his healing. Maybe use a kick to stun the ranged units or the skeletons, because ranged units will deal damage consistently, and the skeletons don't have a casting time ability, but the lava drake that spews fire from time to time, it does have that casting ability, which means that it doesn't deal damage if you dodge it, so you are okay with him casting that. Anyway, you would usually wait for them, but since they're in position, just use a sprint, take all the mobs, take the other mobs, and head for the boss room. Take the aggro from the boss, face it and all the mobs away from your team, preferably towards the west or east, and move slowly towards the crystal which is behind this camera right now, because it's gonna pop that crystal in a short time, which means you can be closer to deal damage to it as soon as it appears, or shortly after it appears, without having to walk as much. And while you go towards that, you slowly, as you can see, DPS with AoE the mobs that are going towards you, including the boss, but the boss right now it's casting his stuff because the crystal appeared. So yeah, sit next to the crystal, deal damage to the crystal and the mobs, and you are saving a lot of time because you don't sit like at the entrance of the boss room killing these trash mobs. Make sure like you don't move outside of this room and wait for the boss to come to you, and once again face him away from your team, or at least at an angle that it can't hit with his cleave abilities. Yeah, use mitigation when you have it. If you have it, you can even use limit break if you really want to, like if you think you are dying because of a bad healer, but you don't have to. Like if you have potions, if you deal with your mitigation well enough, and your healer might be a bit decent, because you give the option for your DPS to use that limit break, and it saves some extra time. So if you can, do it, but if your judgment tells you, okay, this healer sucks, I might die, just use the limit break. Or if you don't want to wait on people to finish their cutscene, trigger the boss, use the limit break. It's gonna give you enough seconds to stay until his cutscene is finished. Obviously don't stand still when that happens, because you don't have any healing except a potion, so you'll have to keep on moving around the boss in order to not die until his cutscene is over, and you'll still deal some decent damage. Main idea is to pop the first crystal, like deal enough damage for the crystal to show up, and from there you can move on as a normal dungeon. Anyway, deal with the crystals, not that big of a deal. Keep him away from your team, as the basics as before, and that would be kind of about it.